Okay, hello testing. Hello testing. All of the usual. How are we doing? Hope we're doing well. Jess, hello. How are you doing? I definitely wasn't just talking to you. I hope you're doing okay. Anyway, we're back. It's time for some more Disco Elysium. It's been just under a week. I think we played this Tuesday last, right? I think it was a Tuesday. So I'm looking forward to getting back into it. This game has been great. I'm really enjoying this so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing, I don't know, just how everything develops. We had a really big curveball last time with the fact that, I mean, it's obvious that everyone involved is a bit morally grey, but I feel like we're now in a position where everything just feels really up in the air and nothing really makes sense. So I'm genuinely super intrigued to see where we go to next with the cheeky bit of Disco Elysium. But yeah, let me close down Oz's stream. my bad. Alright, let's get into it. Let's just dive on in. Damn, we've been playing this for 27 hours. It doesn't feel like 27 hours, but I guess we must have been. That's kind of crazy actually to think about. Time do fly. Or time du bois. Like Harry Dubois, the main character. There's a bit of a low ball. But I'll go for it, why not? Sometimes you just gotta go for it. But yeah. The game gonna load. Hello? Then your Elysium? Okay, it's working. Hopefully we're all good. I legit can't remember what did we talk to the Titus about the drug trade stuff and him being called out something? Was that the last thing we did? I actually don't remember. Sing karaoke, we had to wait till the evening. What is the time currently? It's 8. 8? It's 6. I saw the 8 in the 18, I was like, yep, it's definitely 8 o'clock. That is what that means, for sure. For sure. Ali, hello, welcome in. Lucky luck, no worries at all. Enjoy the luck. I appreciate you being here. This may take a while. Okay, is there anything else I can do? Okay, we can ask about the rest of the armor. Shit, okay, so we could actually, reading that, we could actually get some different signatures altogether. We need to not fail this check to get that one. Okay. Alright, well we gotta talk to Titus again by the looks of it. You think it's the same Titus? It goes ha 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 ha. I know it's spelt differently, but at its core it could be. I'm gonna scream. Ah. That fucking guy. That fucking guy. Alright, is it too early to sing karaoke? I can't even remember. Let's wait till 7. I feel like 7's a better time. Or we could wait a little bit longer, I guess.
It's you again. What is it?
He's stopped insulting us at least. That's some progress, I guess. Yeah, so we talked to them about the tape. They sort of said it sounded legit, but it wasn't meant in whatever way it was intended to sound like. I don't know.
Dan.
And nothing. She stands by what she said.
That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
It was dark stuff, but I feel like I kind of agree that on the surface of things, without understanding these two characters, it's a bit dark, so I feel like I would go with that option. Honestly, I'm sort of surprised by that. We could play into this to see if we can get more information out of him, actually. That might be a good idea. Yeah, it was bad. Honestly, I expected it to have more effect.
No shit, it was bad. The fuck did she say then? It's all fuck-a-doodle fine. This is what people are supposed to talk like?
She did not say it was fuck-a-doodle fine. Actually, I think it made her a little nostalgic.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore.
Seems like they wanted to give Claudia a second chance to play along. She still didn't.
Alright. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawmen?
You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match.
I don't feel like we want to play into these other ones, though. I don't know. Maybe we'll start with that one. Maybe she isn't who you thought she was.
Nah. I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head.
Oh, little old me. She's not a helpless girl. She handled the mercenary well enough.
Handled him? She got into some stupid shit with that guy. Shit we had to take care of.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Yes, yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her.
Yeah. So for context, for people who weren't here, this person had... person on the tape was recorded saying some very... out of well, even in context, it's a bit yikes, but these things that sounded like he was intending on insulting the lady in question. And she didn't really seem that fazed by what we presented her with on the tape. Is now why we're here. I think we're just gonna go straight to this. I feel like we're like kicking the hornet's nest by doing either of those two. So be straight with me, Titus. What really happened?
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
Okay.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent.
Come on, Titus. The stakes are too high here. There will be blood on the streets. The tribunal, remember. I know you're tired. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you, them, and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, Tell her. Titus said.
Fuck off!
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
Ooh, that seems like a good one. I think we should go for it.
Convince
Hell yeah.
Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter.
Okay. One of his boys will. That's true. I mean, there's loyalty, right? But there's only so much that you can do, especially with the more people you have underneath you. And especially if there's something sketchy going on, eventually one will squeal, regardless of, like, the loyalty. I don't know. Maybe I'm misreading it, but I feel like, yeah, the more Hardy boys there are, the more likely one is to squeal, right?
Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez. Their district. Their responsibility.
I guess so, but at the same time, like, Ozia didn't seem that fussed about, like, anything we just presented to them. I could just be very... I might not be picking up on something, but it almost feels like they're trying too much to be... As in, like, the Hardy boys are trying to be too involved. Or at least maybe they're being manipulated, like, we're going to potentially egg on. That's it then. Case closed. We're going home, Kim.
Huh? He'll get it. Go on.
Write it down. Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they'll just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Because you work for the wrong people. I feel like that's gonna be right in the gut doing that one. Fuck, how...
Goddamn right, this is Union Town. You work for the company, we will kill you.
Fuck, Dennis. We don't kill you if you work for the company. Half the harbor works for the company.
Work for the wrong company, and they execute you.
They just hang you like the Dark Ages. Make a display of your corpse. I feel like that one makes most sense. It's cool, guys. You drag them out back, light their corpses on fire and piss on them. You don't care.
We didn't light him on fire. No one pissed on him either.
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out.
Okay.
Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
Okay.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
Look at Kim first.
The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. He gives you an imperceptible nod.
Okay.
What? What does that mean? Go for it. The lieutenant has his eyes set on the fat guy. Push Angus. We're almost there.
Okay. Well, what? You gonna kill me like you killed him? For no fucking reason?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
He was dead before you hanged him.
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
Aw, poor Angus. I feel bad now.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus?
Wow.
Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
Wow, okay. That just happened.
What just happened between these two? You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
Whisper to Kim, we did it. Fuck's sake. I'm sorry I made you guys fight.
Me too.
Okay. So you didn't kill him. He was already dead?
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. What was it?
We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult to see.
So there was a wound. You should try looking for it one more time before you send the body away.
Alright.
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl? 2 of them? Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes she didn't.
What happened Sunday night?
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way.
I have to stop. There's Hang on. I need to get an image on the screen. Anyone who heard gurning and knows what I'm about to do, I apologize. There's a video of this guy like raving. And he looks like absolutely insane. He looks like Christopher Lloyd in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. When he's going insane at the end. But I think it's called gurning. When you're like grinding your teeth kind of thing and you're doing like a bunch of like mouth things. But this is one of our Discord emotes in one of my like other servers. This is him. Sorry if this is nightmare fuel. You know what, maybe we should perfect. Seamless. Absolute seamless. I leave it there and see how long I It's actually cursed. It's actually cursed. Alright. Anyway, that's there we go. That's gurning. Yep. Perfect.
It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How did he know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
Aw. Is it bad that I kinda like that he's looking out for Angus?
We went upstairs.
What happened then?
Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
It sounds like it sounds like Harry's room.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse we hanged.
Who's Tibbs? The 8th Hardy?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
Right now, he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess.
Okay. Okay, if they didn't kill them, then why cover it up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
I didn't notice anything. What kind of shit are we talking about?
The can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
These people, who are they?
They're powerful. Connected to the Morlintern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
So who killed the merc then? Any leads?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
I see.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
And you had ideas about his past too?
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again.
Okay. Whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the 2 girls? He may be talking about the other one.
Earlier you said girls asked for your help. Was this the other girl?
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker. The missing 8th Hardy.
Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
A little too far there, but you're definitely right.
Okay.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
You know it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus.
We're Hardy Boys. And that's it.
Wow, okay. How inclusive, sir. Sure, but if you can tell me anything about this affiliate. Name, current location.
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klausya you want to talk to.
Alright, Kim, we did it.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
Excellent. Thank you for this, Titus. I'll go talk to her for the last time.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go, Klausya, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection.
But you would still prefer if we didn't take her away.
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here. This place Would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
Okay.
We'll take that into account.
Okay. Interesting. That's a really interesting change of character for him, just from him in general. Okay, interesting. Okay. Should we try and sing karaoke quickly? And then we gotta be back for 9. Do the other thing. Right, clothes. What do I need? What was it I needed for karaoke? Was it drama or was it something else? I think it was drama. Okay. Alright. Okay, how dapper we look. Alright, it's time.
The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
We have a high chance doing that. Look, Kim, I'm gonna sing karaoke.
I can see that.
Look around the room first.
There are some people out there, but mostly a post-meridian slumber has fallen on the premise. Not super lively. It would be wiser to perform in the evening, no? But the choice is yours.
Okay. Fine. It's still not saying that we're... we're there just yet. A little bit longer to wait. That's fine. I can do that. Alright. Okay, let's go talk to... them one more time. Alright. There wasn't anything special I needed to do before we went to see them. It's really interesting, the whole like position that they're in though. It's like
it's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
the Hardy Boys told us what really happened.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
You don't look surprised. You were expecting this?
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions. Is it? Something is off here. Shush, I can't hear what she's saying.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Hmm. I feel like we should maybe play it cool. I don't know. Cool. I'm satisfied with this reason.
I am not. There is more here, miss.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, golden grey in the moonlight.
What lies beyond it?
The Pearl, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Aranye, the old world. The conference centers, the people who are angry at her, her past.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
What's going on? What did he do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me.
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
What did you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishol. Or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again.
Okay.
With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lou's and County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lou Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
I'm sure there are people who have done much worse than that.
Sure. I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. Good people too, not just C-suite. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
What did you do?
One of them killed themselves because of me.
That's not easy to deal with.
How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it?
I don't either. Maybe try and seem relatable? I don't know. The thing with... yeah. I just feel like they're going to be too nonchalant, I don't know.
There you have it. The way of the warrior.
What happened here? The night he died.
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open, dumb. I could see. I could.
Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it.
Chapathy, welcome in. How you doing? Hope you're doing well.
I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
Jesus, okay. This is a pretty dark point to be joining Chapathy, but still, I hope you're doing okay. Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Your cigarette, miss.
Oh.
I'm sorry this happened to you.
So am I.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Titus said you look pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
What did you do then?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection, as far as you can.
Why didn't you run away from here? As a matter of fact, why are you here now?
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets.
What happened after you ran down the stairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
Okay. Before we continue, who is Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
Oh.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
Okay. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
I see, okay.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
Okay. Okay. Let's go on. What then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation. that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
Hmm. Then, what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do, make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while, that we should lay low or something, so I did.
This Ruby, where is this Ruby now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
Okay.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later.
Maybe it's a case of like, if... It might be a case where it's like... They think they're doing the right thing by looking out for the people. And the whole mentality of like... These are our people, therefore we should like... do our best to cover it up, sort of thing. But honestly, I don't know, like... I don't know what gain... Maybe they're completely, like... Maybe they knew this would be a big statement for Everard to try and, like, get his way. So maybe there's, like, more... I don't know. I feel like there's still something else at play with a motive here. Yeah, I honestly don't know. When it happened, did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
I feel like we... Did you kill him?
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
It could have been a desire murder. Maybe an act of jealousy. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun. Somewhere, lying around. Close to her hand. Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out. When they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
Cool. I feel like asking all of these is just massive, like... I feel like that's not fair on her, but... I guess I can say that downstairs people have this crazy idea that you killed them. I feel like that's the limit that we could go to here.
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after it happened. No one has implicated me.
Okay. I'd like you to answer some other questions, miss.
Like what?
Could the people after you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
And?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
It probably didn't. I feel like it probably is unrelated, and I think it's just playing on her paranoia, but I'm not sure. Say it probably didn't.
Or I don't know anything anymore. All I do is wait here.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
Why did you call the cops if you're in hiding? That's a really good point.
Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
So you would have us believe, but you're not.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Yeah, Kuna's a bit of a prick, to be honest, but...
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
And then I love that we subsequently also left it. Left the body up there for like another 2 or 3 in-game days. Just because I'm stupid.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
I guess it wasn't our fault, but we definitely took longer than I thought we would have done. When was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
Mm-hmm.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
In her bedroom inside?
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
I think we're done here for now.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. He's thinking, are we done here? Or maybe you should take her to the station for safekeeping. She lied to you, and she's a flight risk.
Hmm.
No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality.
Okay, I think we will leave her alone, but I'm now kind of worried at like... So this is the dilemma we're currently in, is I feel like we could take her with us, but ultimately the Hardy Boys will hate that, because, you know, that's the thing, but I also feel like she's in danger and it's our job to make sure she's safe. But I think honest to God, I think as a person, she's someone that would like to, like, stay on her own. And I don't think she's going to do a runner anytime soon. I'd be surprised at least.
Multiface, I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up, with force, if you want to continue pushing her.
Let's try it, fuck it. God, this is gonna be bad, isn't it? In God's name, wake up.
But we are awake, sire. She has been forthcoming with sordid details women usually conceal. Most shocking details of the sexual kind. We are a bulwark, unbreached. Get a hold of yourself just once, will you? Try to look past the sexually lax morals and do some police work. So you say, but give us one example of deceit. Just one example.
maybe that's true. It could be like being out there and like descriptive in one way is covering up other more explicit details that we might need to know.
Who is this personhood picking these seditious options? Can't you see the detective grows weary of your malcontent? Stop staring at her eyes and say something pertinent to the case. This is making you look like an amateur.
Wow.
It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. At least for now.
Alright.
Rigorous self-critique.
Uh-oh.
Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
That's nice. Wow, okay. Let's check the window, I guess. Well, I don't think we ever
The
looked in
same
there.
small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Where does this lead to?
I don't know, Lieutenant Yefreiter. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door. I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case. The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy.
Alright, we're not likely to be able to kick that down then. Good to know. Alright. What's the time? Can we now do karaoke, yay or nay? Also, we should have a look at this window.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Alright.
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
What position are they in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired.
Okay.
The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Inspect the ghostly figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Have a look at point A, the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
I just realised we've had the gurning picture up the whole time. I'm going to get rid of that. That's just been over Harry's portrait the entire time. That's good. Shouldn't there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
So I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
72%. With a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside, in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies.
Could the shot have come from inside the room? A closer point?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective.
Are there any arguments against A prime, the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been another point of origin further away?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Extrapolate the radius to include all of Martinez.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
More precisely?
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Okay. Have a look at point B, the boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Well, we have some, like, mercs, don't we? Surely they would be trained. Like, it could be a merc on merc murder. I don't know. Have a look at point B, Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it. Possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
Have a look at point B. Is that islet? I don't know.
1 kilometer away. A point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay.
Yeah.
The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
You think the shot could have come from further than the roof? In Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Let's say B prime, the boardwalk. B double prime, Land's End. B triple prime, the islet.
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less from the roof, but still.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. A simple hypothesis can be wrong, but it's something to build on.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, alright, we got what we needed from that. Perfect. I reckon... I think it could have been one of the sniping things, honestly, but... There's some music going on. Alright. Is the unconscious lad back? No, he's not. Okay. Alright. It looks like we've got a bit of an audience now. Can we actually do karaoke? Alright. We need to get rid of those. Whack those on. Anything else to give us drama? Don't think so. Alright. Well, here we go. Karaoke time.
The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under you.
So, are you ready for your thing?
The bar is full and buzzing with chatter. No one is paying you any attention. But still you feel your knees turn to noodles. Okay, now a couple is looking at you. Even worse, they are going to hate you.
Alright, testing. We've got to do a hello testing on the mic.
Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand?
I shouldn't have done that.
The air is thick with anticipation.
Oh, we didn't. we were close to that not working out. Okay.
Someone dims the lights as the music starts. Okay, here we go.
Alright. Here we go. This might get copywritten. If this gets muted, I apologize.
I would often go there. To the tiny church there. The smallest church in San. Though it once was larger. How the realm may rest there. Down through the mist there.
There are the Hardy Boys.
Toward the Seven Sisters. Toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there. In that tiny yard there.
Go on, Harry.
I have been so glad here. Looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone.
This voice.
None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
Wow. Amazing. What a tune. Honestly, could have been a lot worse. I'm just saying.
A lazy applause fills the room. You feel your hands shake as awareness of your body returns to you.
Ancient reptilian brain.
There is silence now, in the deep where the voice came from. It has receded, to return only in dreams and nightmares. This guy really carried you.
I'd like to dedicate this song to my partner, Kim Kitsuragi. Aww. I'd like to dedicate this song to Gart for letting me sing it. It's all shit, Gart. Let's dedicate it to Kim.
The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but gives you a quick smile before turning away. He's incapable of blushing, but if he weren't, he'd blush.
Good, good. Are we ready? I want to unplug the microphone now.
Last words?
Thank you, Martinez. That'll do. That'll do. Alright, we're going to continue to hoard points like I said I was going to do. Until I feel like we really, really need them for certain things. What's the time? Alright, so we know that Elizabeth is also out and about now. So that's somebody else we should probably go and try and talk to when we can. I honestly think I just want to be here in time to... talk to Kuno again. You got anything else to say now?
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Hey Kuno, got any speed?
Fucking right, pig. Kuno's feeling. Don't be yanking your...
We're lying. You need to befriend him first.
The fuck about it? You're testing... Get lost! Kuno doesn't...
Alright. No more of that. Anything else we can do with this?
What do you see?
Okay. Alright, we need to get around to... deal with that. We could put another thing into empathy to try and win Kuno over, but I feel like it's a bit of a waste. Just dumping it immediately into empathy just to win Kuno over.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Right, do we have anything else that we can put on for conceptualization? Well, you know what? We need to change back, actually. Onto that, thank you. Okay.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
42. Alright.
Yeah.
Shit.
Why? It's a wall. An ordinary wall.
Oh, we were so close as well.
Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by?
Alright. Never mind. It was a good run. Honestly, I still kind of like that look for him. It does give us +2 for those two, and I kind of like those stats, so... let's keep rolling with that. Alright, we've got to get back up here. Can we just go up this way now? We can. What is that? I'll go up that way.
This door is made of metal, and no one answered.
We should return in the evening.
Is there a way to pass time without going to a bench? Is that a thing I can actually do? I feel like it probably isn't, but... wait, alright, let's go down again for now. We don't have super long to wait though. The only thing I'm like semi-conscious of is I don't want to then find that we've missed our window again.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
Okay, I think we have to... If we don't pass this, I'm going to be so upset. It's 97%.
Your arms reach out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh, first with your fingertips, then under the palm of your hand.
Here we go. Alright, this time for sure.
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a spider, your hand crawls over his features. Everything is silent.
Put your fingers in his mouth.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. You're on the right track.
Play with it. This feels right. Open your eyes and look.
A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your naked hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from the throat, and there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Say abrasion collar? Sure.
Abrasion collar.
Alright, we're gonna touch it.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
Yikes. Okay.
Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
Brainstem?
Yes, that's what this part is called.
Okay. Feel around first.
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. The bullet has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again. Never wake.
Push deeper.
Your fingers slide into the remains of his limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. The ululations of the limbic system have ended. All is quiet.
The cavity is here. Cut right between the hemispheres.
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper.
Hemisphere? Okay.
Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow.
Wiggle in. Ugh.
Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly.
Ugh.
Strange fluid
Yuck.
streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Sharp, serrated material. The edges cut right into your skin. This must be the bullet.
Alright, let's try and fish it out. Hey. Oh, we barely got it though, yikes. Only a couple in
Pick
it.
the sharp metal bullet between your index and middle finger. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, all you need to do is just...
Alright, let's just do this.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers.
Oh god, okay.
With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth, covered in blood up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower, a blossom made of lead.
A bullet.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-caliber. Rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact.
Keep it, Lieutenant, as a gift.
No, you deserve it. We can log it later. We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
I think just nod.
Opinion, fatal injury.
Yeah.
And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3, ligament mark. Treatment. It's obvious the Hardy Boys tampered with it. I had my doubts. There were no signs of a struggle on his hands. No claw marks on his neck. But still.
His brow furrows, while his eyes glaze over. The lieutenant looks regretful for not figuring this out before.
Maybe the bullet holds more answers?
Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
I think I need to wash myself.
Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening.
What happens next?
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
You'll be gone? What should I do in the meanwhile?
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective.
The word lingers in the air of the basement. Far away, ice cream makers are buzzing, and the sea wind blows outside. Detective.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning.
Okay.
You can do side tasks, and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
Alright. Maybe we might hold off again then, get the account from the balcony. So I think it would be better to do that with Kim anyway. Let's bag him up, Kim. Take him away.
Alright.
Alright.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs.
Alright, let's bag the corpse and drag it to the motor carriage. Okay. Alright. Yeah. The officer got a minute. Here we go.
I, saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
The racist told us, where her cabin is. We only searched it.
Still better than me, I guess. Told you there's plenty of others who'd tell on her. But, is she in trouble?
Sorry man, I can't disclose the facts of an official investigation to you. I think that's fair.
It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her?
No need for you to do anything. Don't worry. Police are looking into it.
Yeah, maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can.
What's the plan with those rhymes anyway?
Oh, you know. Tommy Leham's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang, but with beats. I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft.
The correct grammar is Tommy Lahom.
Why Tommy Lahom?
Tommy Lahom was taken. My real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
It's more him.
Alright, I had another question actually.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Alright, let's try this again. Did we fail it last time? What do you see in his eyes?
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold.
Familiar how?
It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon.
What's in the southwest?
Excuse me?
A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve.
Really? You can tell me.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home.
Diora?
Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much. On another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows.
What's it like to miss someone?
What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Copman? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
I miss someone, but I don't know who it is.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside. But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Aw, I like this dude. Tommy seems like a good lad. That's all for now. Alright. Save. Right, let's go wash off the death smell, TM. We have a shower at the other place we have. Bath time,
This is not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you are right now. Ah, that soap scum smell. It smells like life, at least compared to you.
Alright. Run yourself a bath.
The bathtub slowly fills with water. The water beckons.
Alright.
The water is only lukewarm, but still comforting. Like amniotic fluid. A few beer cans are bobbing up and down along your flanks. Like sad duckies. You feel nice and lonely, and so tired.
Take the beer cans out.
Now you are alone with your thoughts in the tub. But it's easier than being alone with your thoughts outside the tub.
Imagine something.
You see the corpse. You can still smell the cadaver on you. It's going to take more than one bath to get rid of that stench. Then, houses along a narrow street, a video rental, darkness on the planet's curvature.
Linger in the tub a little.
Your fingers grow pale and are covered with tiny whirls as the water cools.
Alright, get out.
The waterline recedes as you stand. You are cold now. Your clothes stick to your still moist skin.
Okay, well, we had a wash. Okay. This may take a while, we're not doing that. Still don't know about that one. How long did that take? That was literally not that long. Maybe we should try and do that today, I'm not actually sure. I'm a little bit conflicted. Actually, what did we pick up? We interact with this.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower.
Kill the bullet through the bag.
The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag.
What do I do with you, bullet?
The squished little thing has no idea. I know. You should find the gun that shot this bullet.
Eat it? Wait, what? Sell it for profit. Find the gun that shot it. It's my friend. I'm gonna start talking to it. It'll keep me company. Oh my god, okay. It's like the Enter the Gungeon bullets. It's gonna look like that to Harry, I guarantee. Alright. Find the gun that shot it.
That sounds like something a police detective would do. First, you should learn all you can about this little guy. Then find the gun that shot it and the person that gun belongs to. He used it to kill your victim. Neato.
Okay. Inspect the bullet closer.
The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
Look at the jacket.
You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard.
And the core?
It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound. Far away, Lieutenant Kitsuragi is flipping through stations in his Kanima. He is not here examining the bullet with you. He should be. He would find this very intriguing. Mention it to him later when he's here.
Okay. The bullet has nothing more to say. Okay. I don't think we have anything else to add with that, so I guess let's go down to the dock for a bit. I think that was the thing I could do, was it? Okay. All right. Guess we didn't actually check this way, did we? Because it leads to even more things. That's some flat out like waste barrel. Yeah. Yeah, that water is kinda yikes. Travel on Ox Church. Oh, okay. I remember fast travel being a thing, yep. Yeah. I definitely remembered that that was a thing that you could do. Actually, can I equip? In case there's any bits of loot I can take. I use the phone.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change. You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Sure. Why
Calling.
not?
Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre? Is that you, Pierre?
No, this is not Pierre.
Do you have any news about Pierre?
Who's Pierre?
He's my sister's grandson. He used to visit me as a lad. Fine young man. But who are you then? A salesman of some sort? Modern goods are rubbish, and I can't afford them anyhow. It's a shame what you did to our country.
I don't know who I am, but who are you?
I was a baronet.
Pause. There is silence on the other end.
You won't get me, and you won't get my money.
Phone hanging up. Disconnect tone.
Wow. That was an interesting call. Okay. We got through to the Baroness, everyone.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed.
Lovely.
A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass.
Yeah, go on then. We'll add it to our collection. Probably gonna get another point out of this. Glasses, well, getting all kind of clothes. Okay. No go. We just get a jacket that just like interacts with the jacket, a filthy jacket. All right.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Man, how did this jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously.
Think about it.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it.
Ugh.
It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Gross.
Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
Ew.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
Well then. I'm glad that we picked up a filthy jacket. That was good. Seems like a good idea. Sir?
The smell. It's awful and familiar. It doesn't help. You can still smell it.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Damn it.
A sense of dread washes over you as you look ahead. There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin. 2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief.
This, why, yeah.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
Yikes.
Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there. Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day.
Shit.
Just another dead body.
Maybe this... Wow, this is quite the find, just as we're potentially going to be wrapping up in a minute. Sure.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
Okay.
The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made.
Search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench.
Okay.
Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole.
So we're assuming that the board or the plank fell through. He fell forward and probably whacked his head or broke his neck on the bench. I assume that's probably what happened.
A bad fall. It might have been dark outside. This place is a minefield in the dark.
Them in his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last. That's what the chewing gum seems to point to as well.
Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests.
Yeah.
The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Examine his head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is what killed him. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
Step on the floorboards.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
What should I do with the body?
First, you need to talk with the lieutenant. Then report back to the station. This is too complicated to handle on your own.
Alright. Okay, but we'll have to wait for Kim to get back for us to do anything about the body. That's good. Cool. Alright, well. See you later. Not my problem. At least not right now. Alright, well, let's go back on ourselves a little bit. Do this first. Alright. And let's rest up. Actually, you know what? Let's save here. Let's save at the payphone. I feel like this is a good place to wrap it up for today. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. I feel like we're making some really good progress regarding everything coming up with the actual like murder itself. I feel like we had some really big things happen today. We had some reveals as well as to somebody dying before they were hung. Like Lily dying before they were hung is a big thing to learn. The Hardys were trying to cover up everything. We know of a Ruby. And yeah, we're kinda getting there. We finally sent the body away. And when Kim's back tomorrow, we'll probably end up, next stream will probably just be me piltering, like, just running around looting for the first bit, and then meeting up with Kim in the morning. But yeah, thank you for watching. We'll probably be back with Disco next Monday. Disco will be back on a semi-regular basis again. Disco's probably going to be... So we're going to be doing Phantom Liberty twice this week. And we're doing the Resident Evil DLC. Once the Resident Evil DLC is done, we'll be basically just on Phantom Liberty and Disco. So yeah. Hopefully that sort of clears things up for people. But yeah. Good stuff. Thank you for watching. Thank you Chapathy, thank you Jess, thank you Ali, thank you anybody else that's popped by and looked. I appreciate you. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow for some Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. I'll see you then. Bye bye.